Hello friends, my name is Antonio and welcome to Back at the Ranch. And I'm whispering because I'm sitting at the Crusty Crab. .437. Feeders go off in about an hour, maybe less. I forgot what time sundown is, and I would have to look that up. But this feeder over here, which is the little D, this feeder over here, which is hog lane, will have automatic timers, and the time automatically adjusts based on sunup and sundown. And I have them set to go off at 1 hour before sundown, and I believe sundown is at 6:30, so about an hour more or less. This other one on this side, I set it manually. I don't remember what I set it to. I think I set it to 5:30, so they should all be going off approximately the same time. So I have 3 feeders now. Little D, which is right down here. You can barely see it off to the left. That's the one that I installed that Multrie motor on. And after that we've got hog lane, which hog lane also has a Multrie feeder on it now. So the second one, that is that one way down there. So the first one I showed you is 100 yards. This one's at about 120, 125 more or less. And then off to the left, you have deer lane. Deer lane is also at about 120. These are a little bit longer than they should have been, but that's okay, not a problem. These two are actually connected on the back end. So there's a little loop on the back end. And the funny thing is that deer come to this one, and hogs come to this one. And I kind of designed it that way, really. Hog lane has no hog fence around it, and deer lane does. The deer lane feeder only sprays within the radius of the fence. So very little bit of corn makes it out, and the hogs just kind of pass on through. This other one, on the other hand, you get deer, you get hog, you get everything on it. So I am about to test for the second time. I'll get this tripod open. So I'm about to test for the second time these Multrie feeders. I do have an app that goes with them, and I'm supposed to be able to remotely trigger the feeders. If you guys watch my video on these feeders, you can click right here to check it out. It's a couple weeks ago. First one we installed, everything worked great except for the remote feeding. The issue with remote feeding is I was out of range. It's supposed to work at 100 yards, but it didn't. So let's try that one first. It says in range of phone. And go into it. By the way, sorry for all the scratches on my lens. I actually dropped the camera while I was doing a mowing video, and my lenses got all scratched up. Alright, saying unable to connect the device. Try the feed now again. Not gonna work. Oh, it worked. It worked at about 100 yards. So Multrie, you have redeemed yourself. Alright. Let's try hog lane now. I'll see if I can show you this one. I don't know that you'll be able to see it because it's pretty far away, but at least I'll show you my screen. Alright, feed now. It worked. got ourselves a couple of 8-second sprays right there. Oh, and I've already got a doe and a fawn right over here. Check it out. They're watching me. So let's test out that new trail cam that they sent to me to review as well. I also have an app for that one. And it's supposed to have decent range. I have not tested it from this range, but let's do that now. Right? Camera. Temperature reconnect. I know it works at about 40 yards, which is the range I tested it at. It actually says Wi-Fi connecting. Joining. So again, this camera is at 100 yards. It's making a connection, and I'm gonna download for you the doe and everything. Actually, it's a live view, so let me do a screen capture for you. And screen capture is going. And that is a live view. That's what I'm seeing. So that doe is looking right at me over her shoulder. Doesn't seem to mind that I'm here, which is cool. I have no intentions of shooting does that have fawns. But again, that's live. And I did get to remove that feeder today, kind of readjust, re-angle it. It's crazy they came out so quick. They must have been bedding right in that brush. Because it wasn't more than 3 minutes and they just popped right out. Alright, well, nothing at the other feeder yet other than birds. I'm gonna sit, wait. Hopefully we get a nice buck come out. And if not, if I get a nice big doe with no fawns whatsoever, or if she has fawns, they have to be at least a year and a half. We do have a couple of fawns that have, a couple of doe that have some older offspring. And if she comes out and it's just good, I might take her. But I really want a buck. Alright, you know the routine, time to sit and wait. Alright, it's 5:47 now, and one of the feeders just going fawn that were over here. I actually made their way over there, like they knew it was going to go off or something. And the feeder they were at, I turned around, and that one went off, and there was 5 or 6 deer over here, like 3 doe and 3 or 4 fawns. That feeder's about to go off probably the next 2 or 3 minutes, so they're gonna scatter. One of the does looked at me, didn't like me, blew, whined, and ran off. The other 5 kind of followed her, but they stopped, turned around, looked at me. And they're all making their way back except for that one. Let's see if they'll turn up on camera for you. And we have the other feeder that's not gone off yet either. That one should be going off soon. And I'm hoping we get some hogs there because it looks like all of the does that are here have fawns. When I say fawns, yeah, that feeder went off and they all took off. 4 of them ran that way, and one came this way, stopped, turned around, and went back to the food. She's the smart one, probably the oldest. And which means that this one will go off in 5 minutes, because I do have them about 5 minutes apart from each other. So we're gonna give it some time, and I'm hoping to see a buck. I finally saw some buck. 2 very nice ones. They were young. So we had a 6-pointer and an 8-pointer. With their spreads like just under 13, and I didn't want to risk it. So as much as I want to put meat in the freezer, I don't want to harvest something that's undersized, and I don't want to harvest a doe that's got babies. Over here, does and babies. Over here, 2 nice young bucks. Check him out. What do you think about these 2 bucks, and what would you have done in my situation? I'll download a couple of the videos from the trail cam and insert them. I'll play them back to back. What's your thoughts about age, spread, and would you have taken the shot on one, and if so, which one? In the meantime, I'm gonna sit and wait. Still hoping for hogs over here on this side. Well, got a doe and a spike over here. The doe looks about the same age as the spike, so I'm guessing they're probably twins. Her mom's not too far behind. That would be a mom I could take, because the offspring are old enough to fend for themselves, and they're going to get pushed out pretty soon anyway. Here on this side, we got 2 does and a fawn. It looks like a doe, a mature doe, a young doe, and a fawn. So they actually might be mother and 2 daughters, because the young one still has spots. The other one looks probably about 9 to 10 months old. So that could happen. We have seen does give birth to give birth twice in 1 year. So sometimes we have an early rut, which is around this time of the year, October, November. And then we'll have a late rut, which is March, April, sometimes May. So we have a lot of these does that recently dropped their fawns. I don't see a doe over here with these 2 young brother and sister, so, and I don't know if you can tell. Looks like we have some rain coming. I did get a weather alert just a minute ago saying that there is severe thunderstorms in the area. And I'm going to double check. Yeah. Severe thunderstorm warning. And remember, it was in the 40s this morning. It's a nice 70 right now. And I might have to call it quits. That storm doesn't look like it's coming directly this way. It looks like it's going east at the moment. But we still have camp down, and that tent could blow if the storm comes. So I think I'm going to call it quits. But at least we got to see a lot of movement today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed hanging out with me today in this new but old blind, the Crusty crab. And we'll see you next time. I'm back at the ranch. Y'all take care. It's almost here.